So I'm going to do this video on the life path 7, and I'm going to be explaining some traits and also somebody that I know that was a 7. So hopefully this helps you. So a 7. 7s are very interesting. They are able to balance the spiritual and the physical realm. So they're easily able to tap into this, which kind of makes it a little harder when they grow up, because some 7s might push this back, right? They might be scared, they might be fearful of tapping into this part of themselves, but it's this part that's really going to help them thrive. It's really going to give them that answer to what they're asking. They're constantly asking themselves, like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What's the meaning of me being on this world, right? And so I would highly recommend for any 7 to just start doing, some mindful meditations, or making sure that they're being grounded, like maybe spending more time in nature. That is super grounding. Even working with like crystals or gems, because 7s definitely need a lot of grounding. They are super deep. So 7s will overthink things, but they are so deep, like profound, like type of thinking. So when I think of 7s, I usually have like a Pisces that comes to mind. Like Pisces are super deep. They can be very emotional, but they're very like wise and deep and have like this crazy understanding that some people don't even have, right? And so 7s literally have this, and they are great. They could be great analysts, they could be great philosophers, they could be great teachers, because what they do, and they're specialized in this, is they're great at really taking in so much information and processing it and analyzing it, and then using that information which they've acquired to spreading it to other people. And like 7s can be very much loners. So a lot of 7s might want a lot of time alone. Like they have friends that know them and they hang out with them, and their friends probably are people that they've known for a long time. And even these friends, because 7s can be very they can be very private. So 7s have a really hard time with being vulnerable. So if they have these friends, their friends might know a side of them, but it's a side that they only want them to know. They're very private, so you have to work very hard and be very patient for a 7 to open up to you, because of how private they are and because of how their vulnerability means so much to them. And the crazy thing is, like when I first met a 7, he actually happened to be a financial analyst, and his job was actually taking in information from other resources and analyzing it from different credit card companies, and then using that information from which he acquired to writing reports, and then taking that information to his company, which other people used to kind of see what credit cards they should use, or like how credit cards are working out in this economy, as far as like different payments. And it was just really interesting, because that was his job, and it was such like a deep type of way of like analyzing things. Like you had to go super deep and research and read all these articles, and then that's what he did, is he basically shared it with others. But there was always this part to him, and he was very much into philosophy and just learning a lot of things, right? But he had this side where like he was kind of afraid to talk about more of the spiritual side, like it's kind of the way that he was brought up, because what sevens can do is they can kind of, like I said, they can kind of be fearful, and they can kind of push something back that they know deep within, because they are so in tune. They are so in tune with even what they don't actually, what people actually don't see, right? They see beyond that. They're naturally able to do this. And it's funny because they're also very mysterious. Like, if you know a 7, you'll know them, but you won't know them. Like, they might do something that's just like so out there, right? Because they might do something that's, like I said, super mysterious, because they have this like mysterious to them. And that's very interesting as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and like, if you know a 7, or if you are a 7, you are very much connected to beyond what you see, whether you want to realize it or not. And like I said, I would highly recommend you getting into any grounding exercises, any grounding practices. And just know, like, if you are really good at taking information and analyzing it and processing it, which some people can't even do, like, that's a gift, and you can definitely use that in one of your careers. So yeah, if this helped you, I'm glad, and I will be back with another video shortly.